Let's see. I want to show you guys one of my favorite Copiapoas that I've got. Now this bad boy, I've had it now for a couple of years, maybe going on 3 years now. It's a beaut. So welcome back to another episode of Cactus Quest. I'm your host Hunter, and in today's episode, I just wanted to show you guys one of my favorite plants. So this is a very special plant, and I'll tell you why. So basically, you can go to the store and you can buy all kinds of cactus and succulents. However, there are plants that are not necessarily as economically viable as others. So what you see is a lot of times with these larger wholesale retail kind of based nurseries, they're going to grow things that are going to grow fast and that they're going to be able to sell easily. And so this is completely a different thing here, right? So the plant that it is comes from Chile, and it comes from the coastal fog deserts of Chile.
The wettest areas receive only ½ inch of rain a year.
Copiapoa, cinerea, subspecies columna alba. These will typically grow as a solitary, semi-globular to like semi-columnar. They tend to get about 2 to 3 feet tall in habitat. In their native habitat in the Atacama Desert of Chile, they subsist on a diet of heavy coastal fogs.
Other than Earth's poles, no other place in the world is drier than here.
That's the plant. Now, where this plant came from, a seed company based out of New Mexico that's been around for a long, long time called Mesa Garden. And it's currently being run by Aaron and Tara. And the video, you can click that link right there and go watch it if you haven't seen it yet. But basically, Mesa Garden's been around since the 70s, and the original owner, Steve Brack, was a guy who did a lot of exploring on all continents. Well, not Antarctica, but like, the old world and new world for cactus and succulents back in Africa. And he was very detailed in keeping track of where the seeds came from, locality information. So if you ever get a plant that has like an SB 1427, for instance, after the name of the plant, that would be your field number. And the field number basically, you can go online. There's a website that tracks and catalogs all the field numbers, and the field numbers basically will let you know exactly what locality that plant came from. So the plant that I'm going to show you guys is this one here, Copiapoa columna alba, and this is KK 611. It's like Carl. It's KN. I forget exactly how it's spelled, but it was a seed collection of his. This plant is almost as old as me. I'm 6 years older than this plant. I just turned 40.
Man, you're so old. Where's your wife? Go home to your family, dude.
They're a very slow growing plant, which is exactly why, like, you don't see, you're never, I'm just telling you, I try to avoid in my life using the word never and always, because it's just, nothing is really never and nothing is really always. But I can tell you this, nobody's ever bought one of these at a Home Depot. You're not gonna find one of these at an Armstrong Garden Center. This is something that is unbelievably unique, and what makes this one especially special is I bought it from Aaron at Mesa Garden when I had the opportunity to go there and film on location. This plant was actually sown by Steve Brack. Not to mention just the actual, the plant itself is tremendously beautiful. The form, it couldn't have been grown better. So I'll just put it that way. Now, cinerea, which is it's Copiapoa cinerea subspecies columna alba. Now, cinerea, that epithet refers to the white, ashy look of these plants.
All right, well, I'm about to go from ashy to classy.
Now, I'm going to show you another one of my columna albas as well. I've had it for a couple of years. I think I've had this for 3 years now, actually, that I think about it. But the one I got from Anthony, I've had it now for a couple of years, and I have been essentially mimicking what I learned from Ben Grillo in the video I did with him. So this is it's basically pure inorganic. There's a minute amount of compost in the soil. It's DG turfus pumice. DG turfus and pumice. The reason I say that is you're gonna see that plant when I got it was totally green, and now it's slowly starting to get white. And as a matter of fact, right now it's February 12th or 11th or something like that. It's a rainy day. And so I've actually moved a couple of trays of Copiapoas from the greenhouse out into the rain, because really even though Atacama is a extremely arid place, it's one of the driest deserts on the planet. And even with that being said, it is not the hottest desert. So these plants would not be able to hack it in the Mojave Desert here in California. It gets way too hot, it gets way too cold. In Chile, you don't really get any super hot days. It never is gonna be like, you're not gonna have a 100-degree day on the coast of Chile where these things are growing. So they tend to appreciate a little bit of winter rain. And so what I'm doing to kind of get these to turn white is basically it's an inorganic mix. I have a video, you can click it and go watch the actual video so you can see it in full detail. But inorganic mix, restricting water in the summertime, heavily restricting fertilizers. So I actually haven't fertilized these things in like 2 years. Let them get winter water. That's basically it. This is the other one. So you can see, I mean, when you're looking at it, way greener. So you see the difference, right? And if you notice, if you look at the new growth on this, it's green. The plant, the actual color of the epidermis is green. So that white, what that is it's a waxy farina that the plants will develop. And that is a response and a defense mechanism for extremely harsh UV radiation, so sunlight. This one here, I've had it for 2 years. It's just, you can see here on the backside, and it's actually wet right now because I just pulled it out of the rain, but even with that being said, you can see it's starting to get a little bit of that farina forming. And I would think probably within the next year or two, this thing is gonna look a lot more like this. Now, this is not the same. These are both columna albas. This is not the same. I don't have field information on this one, so I don't know the locality. This one I do. But either way, I mean, they're still both columna albas. And, you know, you can even see really like just looking at the two, the spine structures are different. Like this one here has 2 spines per aerial for the most part. Some have 1, and this one has 4 spines per aerial. So it's just variation. Like if you have brothers and sisters, right? Like all 3 of my sons, they all look, you can tell they're all the same, except you can tell they're all different too, right? So it's just that slight variation, variations on the theme basically. I just wanted to show you those. I was kind of excited about these. I think I like the idea of kind of showing you guys some of my favorite plants, and I'm gonna be doing a deep clean of my spot and bringing in a big haul-away dumpster, get all this trash out of here, get it nice and clean. And then I'm gonna be at that point, I will finally do the greenhouse tour. Now,
Time for business.
what my plan is, guys, is I'm gonna drop the greenhouse tour video, which is highly anticipated, if I could say, you know, if I may say so myself. I know you guys have been patiently waiting. I read the comments. I gotta tell you though, like when I come here, I'm so like, I really get like tunnel vision, I get locked in. So it's been hard, like not to mention it's also kind of messy. So I'm gonna get this place deep cleaned. It's gonna take a lot of work. So over the next week, I'm gonna be getting it prepped. And then I'll be filming, editing, and dropping a greenhouse video. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to put it up on Patreon first. I very seldom plug myself. But the reality of it is I want to do this for the rest of my life. I want to be able to make these videos for you guys and continue on and do bigger and better things, travel further, take longer trips, and show you guys more stuff. I'd like to be able to connect with growers all over the world, right? All of these things take a lot of, it's expense heavy, right? So I'm not a huge channel. I don't have 1 million subscribers, you know, and what I'm gonna do basically is I'm gonna ask if this content is of value to you, and you're able to, head over to Patreon. You know, you can support me for just a couple of bucks. You know, it doesn't have to be a lot. Anything helps. And so basically what I'm gonna do is for those folks that are showing love and supporting in that way, they're gonna get access to that video first. They're gonna get access to the full video. I'm gonna put a couple of clips of it up on YouTube, and then at some point down the line, I'll put the full video on YouTube as well. But I'm trying to figure out a way to be able to really focus more on making videos, but I've got to be able to pay the bills and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you can, I get it. Not everybody can support in that way. Don't worry about it. If you can't do it, that's fine. Just keep watching the videos, liking them, sharing them with people, and supporting in that way. I truly appreciate it. But if you are able to send a couple of bucks my way every month, I really don't even know what to say. It's awesome. And if you can do that, thank you very much. And I'm going to continue to bring you guys more and more awesome cactus and succulent plant content. Got some trips planned for March, and I'm really excited about this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Let me know down in the comment section below. And you know, you could also support by, I got some merch, I got some shirts and all that kind of stuff. So you can support in that way as well. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and peace.